In the shadowed Ozark hills of 1867, weary travelers sought refuge at a lonely inn, unaware they'd never leave. Brothers Eli and Amos Turner, cloaked in hospitality, hid a sinister secret. Their guests vanished, poisoned by greed and hatred. A chilling cold case whispers of racial injustice, buried in time. Who were these brothers, and why did their victims, often outsiders, often black, disappear without a trace? The truth will haunt you. In the rugged Ozarks of southern Missouri, 1867 was a time of healing scars from the Civil War. Eli and Amos Turner, two white brothers in their 30s, ran a modest and along the Great Osage Trail. Their weathered cabin, nestled in a misty holler, promised warmth and rest for travelers heading west. The brothers were known for their charm. Eli, the gruff talker, and Amos, the quiet cook, welcoming all with steaming stew and a flickering fire. The inn was a lifeline for pioneers, traders, and freedmen seeking new beginnings after emancipation. Among them was Samuel Hayes, a black former Union soldier in his late 20s, traveling to Arkansas to start a farm. Samuel, resilient and hopeful, carried a worn satchel with his discharge papers and dreams of freedom. He'd faced prejudice before, but believed the open road held promise. The Ozarks, with its dense forests and winding rivers, felt like a fresh start. Locals spoke warmly of the Turners in a beacon for the weary. Yet whispers lingered. Travelers, especially black ones, sometimes vanished after stopping there. Samuel, unaware of these rumors, trudged through the muddy trail, his boots heavy but his spirit light. He saw the inn's faint glow and felt relief. Little did he know, the brothers' smiles had a darker intent, one rooted in a hatred that festered in the post-war South. Something sinister awaited, and Samuel's journey was about to collide with it. Samuel stepped into the Turners' Inn, the air thick with the scent of stew and wood smoke. Eli greeted him with a nod, his eyes lingering a fraction too long, while Amos stirred a pot in silence. The room was dim, the canvas partition swaying slightly, separating the kitchen from the sleeping quarters. Samuel, exhausted, accepted a bowl of stew, its warmth a comfort after days on the trail. Other travelers, a white merchant and a young couple, sat quietly, their faces uneasy. Samuel noticed their glances, sharp and fleeting, but chalked it up to his own weariness. He ate, unaware of the faint bitterness in the broth. The next morning, Samuel woke groggy, his head pounding. The merchant was gone, his belongings left behind. Eli claimed the man had left at dawn, but Samuel's gut twisted. Something felt wrong. He asked about the couple, but Amos muttered they'd moved on too. The brothers' demeanor shifted. Eli's charm grew forced, and Amos avoided eye contact. Samuel, sensing danger, decided to leave, but a strange weakness gripped his limbs. The trail outside seemed to blur, the trees closing in like silent witnesses. As days passed, rumors of missing travelers grew. Locals noticed a pattern. Black freedmen, like Samuel, were among those who vanished most often. A white trader might disappear, but black travelers seemed to vanish without a trace. Whispers of poison surfaced, tales of stew laced with arsenic, served with smiles. The brothers, it was said, targeted those they deemed undesirable, their hatred rooted in the South's lingering resentment toward freedmen. Samuel, still at the inn, grew sicker, his strength fading. He overheard Eli muttering about keeping the land pure, words dripping with venom. The canvas partition hid more than a kitchen. It concealed a trapdoor to a root cellar, where shadows moved in the dark. A local farmer, suspicious after his cousin, a black laborer, never reached his destination, alerted a sheriff. The lawman, a war-weary veteran, rode to the inn, his boots crunching on the gravel path. He questioned the brothers, who deflected with practiced ease. But the sheriff's eyes caught a glint of metal beneath the floorboards, a knife stained with something dark. Tension coiled like a spring. Would he uncover the truth before another traveler vanished? Samuel, barely conscious, clung to hope, his satchel clutched tight. The brothers' secret was unraveling, but time was running out. The sheriff's lantern cast jagged shadows as he pried open the trapdoor, revealing a dank cellar beneath the inn. The air was foul, heavy with decay. Samuel, slumped in a corner, was barely alive, his breath shallow from days of poisoned meals. The sheriff's heart sank. Bones littered the dirt floor, some fresh, others brittle. Skulls stared blankly, a silent testament to the brothers' cruelty. Most remains, he noted with dread, were likely those of black travelers, their lives snuffed out by hatred. Eli lunged, knife in hand, but the sheriff, seasoned by war, pinned him down. Amos fled into the night, his footsteps swallowed by the Ozark fog. The truth hit like a thunderclap. The Turners had poisoned dozens, targeting freedmen to cleanse their vision of the South. Samuel Satchel, still clutched in his trembling hands, held his story, a soldier's honor, a dream of freedom, nearly erased by prejudice. The sheriff hauled Eli to the ground, his face a mass of rage, but the weight of the discovery crushed him. How many had suffered here, their cries unheard? The cellar's horrors laid bare the racial venom that festered in the post-war Ozarks, a betrayal of the freedom so many had fought for. Samuel's eyes met the sheriff's, pleading for justice. The lantern flickered, casting the bones in stark relief. Would this be the end of the Turners' reign of terror? Or would Amos slip away, leaving the truth half buried? The sheriff dragged Eli to the county jail, where a crowd gathered, their whispers turned to shouts as the cellar's horrors spread. Samuel, nursed back to health by a local healer, recounted his ordeal, his voice shaking but resolute. The bones were identified where possible. Many were black freedmen, their dreams of new life cut short. Amos remained a ghost, vanished into the Ozarks' endless hollers. Eli faced trial, his guilt undeniable, but the all-white jury hesitated, swayed by lingering prejudice. He was sentenced to hang, yet justice fell hollow. Samuel left the Ozarks, his faith in the open road shattered, carrying scars deeper than poison. The case exposed a raw truth. The Turners' crimes were not just murder, but a calculated purge, rooted in racial hatred. The Ozarks, romanticized as a land of rugged freedom, hid a darker reality, prejudice that poisoned more than stew. The story rippled beyond Missouri, fueling debates about justice for freedmen in a nation still divided. Samuel's survival became a quiet defiance, a testament to resilience against hate. Yet the uncaught Amos lingered like a shadow, a reminder that justice was incomplete. The inn was burned to ash by locals, erasing the sight but not the pain. How many more Amoses lurk, their hatred cloaked in ordinary faces? This chilling tale demands we confront the past, ensuring no one's dreams are poisoned again.